Hi friends, I am back with another video for you guys, and kung last time I gave you 5 things to check on your job offer before signing, ito naman magbibigay ako ng few tips para naman sa mga nag-job hunt talaga. As in, you are preparing and exploring yung mga job posts or mga job websites because yung intention mo is to look for a job and get accepted. So hopefully you guys watched until the end, and if magustuhan nyo yung video natin today, please like, share, and subscribe. It will really help the channel out. I've been all over social media lately, so madami akong pinopost na shorts. Dito naman sa YouTube, so far, medyo consistent yung weekly upload natin, no? So, ililink ko sa description, yung Facebook ko, yung TikTok, at wag na natin patagalin pa, simulan na natin to. At sa number 1, of course, kailangan nyong i-prepare ang inyong resume. Resume or CV or kung ano man hinihingi sa inyo ng recruiter, no? I've made a comprehensive video about sa resume, so ililink ko na lang siya dito. Pag usapang resume or CV, less is more. It doesn't need to be really fancy. It doesn't have to have colors. It doesn't need your picture. It doesn't need yung mga status bar or stars or rating nyo sa bawat skills. If you can write it as plainly as possible, that will be great. Based sa mga nakalap ko from my HR friends, no, it's a huge turn off sa kanila na makita na parang ginawang art project, no, yung resume nila. And sa mga details naman, as much as possible, gawin nyo lang siyang one-pager highlighting yung mga key achievements or key information lang about, let's say, per company nyo or per role na ginanapan nyo, para hindi siya sobrang puno at nakaka-overwhelm at nakakatamad basahin. Hindi siya paramihan ng words, hindi siya paramihan ng achievements. It's about putting the key information about you. Yung experience mo and how is it relevant to the job that you're applying for. And of course, your contact information in case mag-reach out sila sa'yo. Make it really simple. Yun lang. At sa number 2, research about the company. And of course, napaka-cliche na advice, but hear me out. I want you to realize na pag nag-sign ka ng contract sa isang company, you'll be tied for a while. Hindi natin alam yung mga pwedeng mangyari sa'yo. Pwedeng tinake advantage ka. Pwedeng may mga labor law violations tong company na to. Merong mga katiwalian. Merong mga pang-aabuso. And kung ano-ano pang shady stuff, no, na kaya mo namang makita if you try to research about that company. You can literally use Google to search for feedbacks galing sa mga ex-employees nila. For example, yung Glassdoor, it's a platform that I use a lot, no, nung naghahanap ako ng trabaho. And doon mo makikita talaga yung baho ng mga company. Sasabihin nila na mababa yung sweldo, laging may OT, hindi inaalagaan yung mga tao nila. Which goes back to my point na kailangan mo talagang mag-ingat sa paghahanap din ng company, no? Hindi lang basta kung sino lang mag-offer, tatanggapin mo na. Syempre, your best interest pa rin yung ilo-look after. Kung ayaw mo naman gumamit ng internet, maybe you can ask around. Ask sa mga connections mo, ask sa mga people na nakakasalamuha mo. Tanongin mo sila, meron bang nag-work dito sa company na to? Kamusta ba dyan? Both are effective ways, no, para mag-gauge mo kung gaano ka-okay yung company na yon. At sa number 3, of course, prepare for interviews. Meron akong mga na-experience na isang interview lang, 2, meron ding umabot ng 4, 5. It can be very tedious, no, and tiring, tsaka mentally exhausting din siya, no, kasi magre-review ka ng magre-review, pa-practice ka pa ng English mo, tas kung ano-ano pang iniisip mo na baka tanongin nila, no. So it takes a toll, no, sa pag-iisip mo. But you have to do it anyway because you want to get that job. So what will you do? The best way is, of course, to do mock interviews. When you say mock interviews, you basically practice maybe with another person, magpapahelp ka sa kanya na magtanong ka sa akin ng kung ano-ano, I'll try to answer. I-simulate nyo yung flow ng interview para pag dumating ka dun sa actual interview is mas less na yung nerves. Another thing is, of course, to prepare some notes. Some may say, no, na hindi mo naman magagamit yung notes mo pag in-interview ka. Pero writing notes really help you remember yung mga details, lalo na pag nabasa mo siya, tapos sinulat mo, parang mag-i-stick siya sa mind mo twice. Mas madali i-digest yung information at mag-recall, so parang naka-imbak na lang siya sa isip mo, i-call mo na lang. And ako, personally, ginagawa ko pag interview, no, since I have 2 monitors, yung webcam ko nasa taas ng isang monitor, tapos nilalagay ko lang yung notes sa ilalim. Key information lang yung ilalagay ko, no, hindi naman yung buong detalye, baka kasi mapuno naman ng sobra yung notes mo, tapos yung font size nasa 3 na lang. Ang mga dapat mong ilagay doon, of course, yung mga common questions, mga acronyms, mga terminologies, mga company-specific questions. Like, kunyari, yung mga nasa job requirements or nasa job description nung nag-apply ka. Isaksak mo siya lahat doon sa notes mo. And again, mas maganda 1-pager lang, no, para mas madali mo siyang mascan. And on the day of the interview, so show up with confidence and pakita mo yung professionalism mo, yung good etiquette, and yung excitement mo to secure that job. And one key thing na gusto kong sabihin dito sa tip na to is kung ano man yung result ng interview is tanggapin natin. You did your best. Rinse and repeat lang and eventually may makukuha din tayo. At sa number 4, as much as possible, apply through a referral. Maybe dun sa interesado kang company, may friends ka doon na nag-work or ex-office mates or old schoolmate. Maybe meron kang friends sa Facebook na nakita mo na doon nag-work. Reach out to that person and ask na baka pwede akong magpa-refer. Pero ano ba yung reason, no? Bakit sinasabi ko na magpa-refer ka na lang instead of the conventional way na ipasa mo lang yung resume mo sa mga job post? Well, one thing is that companies use this kasi they have belief in their employees na they know or connect with people that they believe in. Na may mga tropa yan na capable and magagaling. Because they made it to that company and by association, magagaling din yung mga kaibigan niya. They believe that it will attract the good people and the people that they want to work with. And of course, least priority nila yung mga random people lang na nag-a-apply. I have this experience no na itong job posting is merong 1,000 applicants. Imagine, 1,000 yung kaagaw mo para sa role na yun. But because I know someone who worked for that company before, binigay nila yung resume ko tapos tinawagan nila ako kagad. So, napaka-powerful talaga ng connections, guys. So, if you have ex-office mates or your current office mates, siguro, if you have LinkedIn, connect with them. Hindi lang to connect, no? Just cause, no? Because you really want to make connections with them. Now, siguro yung question nyo is, what if wala talaga ang connection? Bagong graduate lang ako at papasok pa lang ako sa corporate. Well, ang hack dyan is to use platforms. Like, yung na-mention ko na nga, LinkedIn, you can just put in the search, i-type nyo lang referrals, tapos merong mga magpo-post doon na if I can refer you to this job, I'm looking for people na capable sa ganito and pass me your resume. Yung mga ganun, there's a lot of platform that do that. There are a lot of people looking for referrals kasi sa totoo lang may bonus din silang makukuha, no, pag ni-refer ka nila. Ang pinaka-smallest na nakuha ko ata is 5K. Tapos, depende pa yun sa level, no? Kung higher level na yung i-refer mo, mas malaki din yung makukuha mo. So, pabor din sa kanila yun, no? Kaya naman, as much as possible, magpa-refer ka na lang. Mas mabilis ka kontakin at makakatulong ka pa sa ibang tao, no? And the last tip is to get free certification. Ang dami nang nag-o-offer ng free certification ngayon, no? Free trainings. Dahil nasa digital age na nga tayo, andyan na yung YouTube University. Pero yun nga, minsan pa nga yung mga private companies nagbibigay na rin, like yung Amazon, yung Google, lalo sa mga cloud services, no? This will really help you bump up your resume and your marketability, no, na makikita ka nila kasi na ay madami palang skills to. Kaya ayun, mas magiging attractive ka sa kanila. Meron din binibigay syempre yung government natin na free trainings. I think sa TESDA meron, no, pero I'm not sure kung hard skills lang siya or merong soft skills, no. So correct nyo na lang ako kung mali yung sinasabi ko. But there's a lot of way. Pero ang pinaka-cheapest talaga, sabi ko nga, is through the internet. Wala namang ibibigay na certification yung internet, no. Pero siguro, let's say you are trying to build a website, inaral mo yun, no? So, make a website and make that part of your portfolio. So, there's a lot of way to go around this, no? Yeah, so it will really help you build up that resume and be really, really attractive sa mga recruiters. At yun yung 5 job hunting tips ko, no? So, hopefully, nakatulong siya sa inyo. I know na meron pang iba dyan, no? Pero if you're watching this and if you have other job hunting tips, so, mag-comment lang kayo. At kung meron mga questions, mag-comment din kayo at pag-usapan natin yan. So, dito ko natatapusin tong video na to. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Wag me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!